Hey, and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a full day of eating. It is quite ugly outside. I don't know what the exact forecast is, but it is definitely below freezing and we're getting some snow flurries. So I figured this would be a perfect day to take you through a full day of eating as a college athlete looking to build muscle. And with that being said, I did already pick up my breakfast, and there will be a picture on screen right now. It does include 3 fried eggs, 2 pieces of grilled ham, and then also a hash brown with some wheat toast on the side. And then with breakfast, I pretty much include this in every meal, is just some water and then also some type of salt. For this one, it is just normal sea salt, and then sometimes I'll have pink Himalayan sea salt. But ultimately, not a huge difference there. Just want to get my sodium in as I do sweat, and also lose my electrolytes throughout the day, training and what have you. And then with breakfast, I usually do include a cup of black coffee, as you can see as well. And then on screen right now, I am just scrolling through our Grubhub app, which this is the way we have had to order since the COVID hit last spring. And when we came back in the fall, everything was moved to Grubhub, so I didn't really show you anything with that, but ultimately you can see those options on screen now. We do have some nice options on campus like Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Qdoba, and then we also do have some just standard options with breakfast combinations and stuff along that line. But with that being said, I am ultimately gonna get into this breakfast, and then I will catch up with you guys once we are at lunch. I forgot to mention in that last clip, but ultimately macros will be on screen for every meal after the meal. And then ultimately, like, the second meal will include the macros from the first meal. But nonetheless, I will throw up the macros on screen. No specific goal macros per se, just want to hit a protein around 220 grams for the day. But ultimately, I have just been eating everything in sight throughout this weekend and stuff, so I just want to get back on track with some good solid meals. So we'll see what that actually comes out to with everything that I do eat in a day. Alrighty, I have meal number 2 in front of me. It's super simple. I'll throw it up on screen right now, but ultimately like a cup of vegetables, cup and a half of rice, and then roughly 5.5 ounces of chicken. And everything quantity wise will be approximated, unfortunately, just because with the school cafeteria, you never know what you're gonna get for portions. Or not exactly what you're gonna get for portions. You can have a rough estimate, so that's what I'll be doing throughout the day. And then coupled with this meal, I always do have some sort of salt, and this just happens to be Himalayan pink sea salt. And then also I have water at pretty much every meal and just drink it throughout the day. Super important to stay hydrated, but nonetheless, this is meal number 2. I'll throw the macros up on screen for you now. And then with that, this will be the last meal until I do have rugby practice. I might have a snack before training just because training is until 4:30, and I am just having this meal at 11:30. And then also we will be going to the gym this evening. So we'll have a couple of meals in there, so just stay tuned for that. Without further ado, gonna enjoy this meal and then head off. Alrighty, so it is just about 2 o'clock. I am gonna have a couple of servings of some beef jerky just throughout the next hour or so, probably just 2 servings, but that'll be a nice 22 grams of protein to tie me over until I actually get out of training at right around 5:36. Alrighty, just about 6 o'clock now. Just got back from a training session. Thankfully, it was in the gym. It's like in the teens for degrees Fahrenheit outside, so definitely not a good condition to go out and play. But nonetheless, got some good conditioning, some good ball handling in. And right now on screen, I'll throw up my dinner, or I guess you could consider it a pre-workout, but ultimately some roasted potatoes. And then in my MyFitnessPal, because I know they did cook these with some sort of oil, I'll add 5 to 10 grams of fat along with that. And then once again, probably about 5.5 to 6 ounces of chicken breast in there as well. But without further ado, gonna put this down, and then we will be going to the gym. And this is my last school meal of the day, so you'll get to see some of my choices, or some of my actual food choices post-workout. And then we will probably have a nightcap as well, because I am a little bit behind on protein. And with that beef jerky, I definitely did get at least 3 servings in, so that's what I did log. without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this food and catch up with you guys after I hit the gym. On to the post-workout meal. Thankfully, well, actually kind of just like a treat. Had some leftover steak from the birthday a couple of days ago, so gonna throw that on. I believe it comes out, I'm gonna guess, like right around 5.5, 6 ounces of steak, and this is actually round top steak. So not the greatest cut, but just a nice cheap option to get in some good red meat. And it came out to right about 5.7 ounces. If you guys can see that. And then kind of just an awkward couple, but I don't really want to eat oats right now because I plan on using that for my nightcap. So I am going to have a serving of this Greek yogurt. And then just a quick tip, if you don't like plain Greek yogurt, you can put in some sweetener packets. So just some stevia, which is a natural sweetener, so don't worry about all the issues that they have with artificial sweeteners. You'll be okay as long as you're not just throwing it in your body over and over again at huge doses. But regardless of that, I'll throw the macros on screen right now for this meal, and then I will catch up with you for one more meal. And I do have a late desk shift tonight for work from 10 to 12, and that's where I will get the rest of my macros in, or just make sure I hit my protein. Without further ado, gonna heat this up and get into it. Alrighty, and almost forgot to mention, make sure to get your 5 grams of creatine in for a day. Just gonna dry scoop this one because I'm not having an actual shake by any means. A little gross, but we'll get there. Alrighty, so taking my creatine reminded me to get my supplements in. So here we go. I have a glucosamine with MSM, a multivitamin, calcium, magnesium, and zinc supplement, as well as an omega-3 69, which is similar to a fish oil. And then ultimately vitamin D3, especially is good for winter months as you're not getting a ton of sunlight, which is where you get naturally vitamin D3. So 2 tablets of the glucosamine MSM, 2 tablets of the calcium, magnesium, and zinc, 2 multivitamins, 1 vitamin D3, and then 1 omega-3, 6, and 9. And the reason only 1 vitamin D3 is my multivitamin does have some vitamin D3 in it already. So taking 2, or the normal serving size, might be a little overkill, but nevertheless, this is my normal supplement regime for the day. Alrighty, for the nightcap, just a scoop of gold standard whey protein, and then also just 1 serving of old-fashioned oats. And then you can just mix those, and it is a nice little combo. And then also, just off camera, I did have a bag of these, which are dark chocolate covered almonds. So I will throw that in with the macros, but ultimately what you see on screen right now is gonna be my complete day of eating. So hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy the video. And if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. But anyways, it's about 9:54 right now, and I'm supposed to be at the desk in 6 minutes, which ultimately means I need to move quickly. So with that, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.